What if I told you the first changes you notice when taking creatine daily aren't even about muscle size? Because when you take 5 grams every single day, your body quietly begins to transform from your brain to your energy to the way your cells hold water. Most people only think creatine equals muscle growth, but that's just one small part of the story. In fact, when you take it consistently, there are 10 powerful body changes happening inside you right now, and a few of them might surprise you. So if you've been taking creatine without missing a dose, let's uncover exactly what's changing inside your body. 1. The hidden metabolic upgrade. The first thing your body does when creatine starts building up inside your muscles isn't about strength, it's about energy efficiency. Every cell in your body runs on something called ATP, your body's main energy currency. Creatine acts like a battery charger, refilling those energy stores faster than your body can on its own. That's why, within the first few days, many people notice they don't crash during workouts anymore. Their sets last longer. Their recovery between reps feels smoother. It's not magic. It's your body finally operating with a fully charged energy system. And while that sounds great, it's only the beginning. Because what happens next goes beyond energy. It starts to change how your muscles look and feel. 2. The fuller muscle effect. After about a week of consistent dosing, something subtle starts to happen. Your muscles begin to look denser, tighter, and fuller, even when you're not flexing. That's because creatine pulls water directly into your muscle cells, giving them a rounder, more pumped look all day long. But here's what most people don't realize. This isn't bloating or water under your skin. It's cellular hydration, the kind that protects your muscles, supports recovery, and actually triggers more growth signals inside your body. You don't just look better, you feel stronger, because hydrated muscle cells perform like high-powered engines. And just when you start to feel that difference in your physique, another surprising change begins. This time, it happens inside your brain. 3. The brain boost you didn't expect. Here's something most gym goers never hear about creatine. It's not just a muscle supplement, it's a brain enhancer. See, your brain burns an incredible amount of energy every single day, and just like your muscles, it runs on ATP. When creatine levels rise, your brain gets access to that same fast-charging energy reserve. That's why many people suddenly notice better mental clarity, less afternoon fatigue, and sharper focus. Even outside the gym, studies have shown creatine can improve memory, mental endurance, and even protect brain cells from stress and fatigue. So while everyone else thinks creatine is just for bodybuilders, you're quietly fueling one of the most powerful nootropics nature ever made. But that mental clarity, it comes with another physical shift, one that changes how fast your body recovers after every workout. 4. Faster recovery and muscle repair. When you train hard, your muscles break down, tiny tears that need to be rebuilt stronger. Creatine quietly speeds up that entire process. Here's how. Once your muscle cells are saturated, they pull in more water and nutrients, creating the perfect environment for protein synthesis, the process your body uses to repair and grow muscle tissue. That's why people who stay consistent with 5 grams a day often recover faster, feel less soreness, and can train again sooner without feeling wrecked. Think of it like upgrading your body's repair crew. They show up earlier, work faster, and leave you stronger. And while your recovery improves, something else starts happening too, something you'll feel deep in your bones and joints. 5. Stronger bones and joint support. Most people think creatine only affects muscles, but your bones and joints quietly benefit too. Studies have shown that consistent creatine use can actually increase bone density over time. That's because stronger muscles pull harder on bones, signaling your body to make them thicker and more resilient. And it doesn't stop there. Hydrated muscle cells mean less friction on your joints, so movements feel smoother and more stable, especially during heavy lifts or explosive workouts. It's one of those invisible benefits you don't notice at first, until you realize you're moving easier, recovering faster, and those little aches and stiffness you used to feel are gone. But the deeper you go into creatine's effects, the more surprising it gets, because the next change happens not in your muscles, but in your metabolism. 6. The metabolic shift that burns more fat. Here's the part most people never expect. Creatine doesn't just build muscle, it can actually help your body burn more fat. When your muscles store more energy and recover faster, your workouts become more intense. And intensity means higher calorie burn, not just during the session, but long after you've left the gym. On top of that, creatine boosts something called basal metabolic rate, how many calories your body burns even at rest. The more lean muscle you carry, the higher that number goes. So while creatine isn't a fat burner in the usual sense, it transforms your body into a more efficient machine, one that uses energy smarter, moves better, and naturally leans out over time. But while your metabolism adapts, another transformation happens quietly. This one shows up every morning when you look in the mirror. 7. The visible body transformation. After a few weeks of never missing a dose, you'll start to see what's been happening underneath. Muscles look tighter, veins show up easier, and your overall shape looks more defined, even if your weight hasn't changed much on the scale. That's because creatine adds real volume inside the muscle, not just surface puffiness. It's the difference between a soft look and that firm athletic density that stays even on rest days. Your posture improves, your movements feel more powerful, and you start to realize this isn't just about lifting more. It's about how your body performs every single day. But the most fascinating part? The longer you stay consistent, the more your entire body chemistry adjusts to it. And that's when the deeper, long-term benefits start to kick in. 8. Long-term adaptation and longevity. After a month or two of daily creatine, something powerful happens beneath the surface. Your body doesn't just use it anymore, it adapts to it. Muscle cells stay consistently hydrated, your nervous system fires more efficiently, and your energy production becomes more stable day after day. Over time, studies show this can even help slow age-related muscle loss, improve insulin sensitivity, and support brain health as you get older. It's like your body becomes optimized, running smoother, recovering faster, and resisting the wear and tear that usually comes with age or stress. But this kind of progress only comes from one thing: consistency. Because missing doses, that's where most people lose the real benefits. And speaking of consistency, the final change might be the most surprising of all. It's what happens when your body finally reaches full creatine saturation. 9. Full saturation and peak performance mode. After several weeks of daily 5-gram doses, your body finally hits full saturation, and that's when things shift from noticeable to next level. Your muscles now hold as much creatine as they physically can. That means every rep, sprint, or lift draws from a supercharged energy reserve, strength peaks, endurance increases, and recovery becomes so efficient, it feels like your body rebounds overnight. Even your brain and nervous system start operating in sync with this new rhythm. You think faster, move smoother, and fatigue hits later than it ever did before. This is what most people describe as that unstoppable phase, the point where your training, focus, and physique all align perfectly. But here's the thing. Even though this sounds like the final stage, there's one last, often overlooked change that reveals why creatine works best long-term. 10. The final change: cellular protection and maintenance. Here's the part most people never talk about. Creatine doesn't just build your body, it protects it. When your cells are fully charged with energy, they become more resilient against stress, fatigue, and even inflammation. Creatine helps stabilize your cell membranes, almost like giving each one a tiny shield against daily wear and tear. That's why athletes who stay consistent year-round notice fewer crashes, fewer injuries, and an overall sense that their body just runs better. You're not only getting stronger, you're building a foundation for long-term health, focus, and longevity. Because at its core, creatine isn't just about looking better. It's about functioning better. And once you experience that, missing a dose doesn't feel like skipping a supplement. It feels like skipping your edge. So if you're taking creatine daily, stay consistent. Your body's already changing in ways you can't fully see yet. If you found this helpful, hit that subscribe button.